Have you ever noticed that the happiest people are not always the richest, but often the most generous? Today, I want to tell you a story not just with words, but with truth. A story that reminds us that blessing does not always come from what we receive, but from what we release. This is the story of giving, and why blessed is the hand that giveth. In a quiet town where everyone knew everyone, lived a man named Elias. Elias was not poor, but he was not rich either. He had enough food, enough clothes, enough strength to work, and enough peace to sleep at night. But Elias had something rare. He had a giving hand. Every morning before going to his small shop, Elias would set aside something. Sometimes it was money, sometimes food, sometimes just time. He did this quietly. No announcements, no camera, no applause. People often wondered why he kept giving when life itself was hard. One day, a neighbor asked him, "Elias, why do you keep giving? Don't you fear that one day you will have nothing left?" Elias smiled and said, "I fear something worse than having nothing. I fear having much, but no blessing." Not far from Elias lived another man named Corin. Corin was wealthy. He owned land, businesses, and houses, but his hands were always closed. He believed life was a competition. Whoever gave too much would lose. Whoever helped others would fall behind. When beggars came, he turned away. When widows asked for help, he said, "It's not my responsibility." When someone needed encouragement, he said, "Everyone should fight their own battles." Corin had abundance, but no peace. At night, he slept with one eye open, afraid of loss, afraid of thieves, afraid of tomorrow. Elias slept with both eyes closed, trusting that tomorrow would take care of itself. One year, a great drought came upon the land. Crops failed. Businesses collapsed. Food became scarce. The town that once felt secure now trembled. Corin's wealth began to disappear. His farms dried up. His tenants left. His money could buy less and less. Fear entered his heart like a thief in the night. Elias also felt the drought, but something strange happened. Every time Elias gave, something came back, not always immediately, not always in the same form, but always at the right time. A bag of grain appeared at his door. A stranger paid for goods he had already given away. Someone helped repair his shop for free. Elias realized something powerful. Giving does not reduce you. It positions you. There is a truth many people don't understand. The hand that gives is never empty. It is only making room. Room for favor. Room for mercy. Room for divine supply. The world teaches us to hold tight, but heaven teaches us to open our hands. One day, Corin, now desperate, went to Elias. He stood there, once proud, now broken. "How is it," Corin asked, "that in this drought, you are still standing?" Elias looked at him kindly and said, "I learned long ago that what I keep dies with me, but what I give lives beyond me." Then Elias did something unexpected. He gave Corin food. No lectures, no mockery, no revenge, just giving. That day, Corin wept not because of hunger, but because he realized he had lived his whole life with clenched fists and an empty soul. Blessed is the hand that giveth, not because it is rich, but because it trusts. Trusts that God sees. Trusts that God repays. Trusts that no seed is ever wasted. You may give money. You may give time. You may give love, forgiveness, encouragement, or prayer. Sometimes, the greatest gift is simply showing up. There is a widow in Scripture who gave to small coins. To the world, it was nothing. To heaven, it was everything. Why? Because giving is not measured by amount. It is measured by sacrifice and heart. Let me tell you something important. When you give, you may feel pain. When you withhold, you will feel emptiness. Giving stretches you, but it also strengthens you. A closed hand cannot receive. An open hand invites miracles. Years later, the drought ended. The town recovered, but something had changed. Corin became a giver. He started helping quietly, supporting families, lifting the weak, and for the first time in his life, he felt light. He finally understood. The blessing was never in the possession. It was in the participation. Some of you listening today are holding back. not because you don't have, but because you are afraid. Afraid that if you give, you'll lack. Afraid that if you help, you'll be used. Afraid that if you love, you'll be hurt. But hear this clearly. Giving is not losing. Giving is planting. And every seed planted in love returns with increase. At the right time, in the right way. Blessed is the hand that giveth, because it mirrors the heart of God. God gives breath. God gives mercy. God gives second chances. And He never runs out. So today, don't ask, what will I lose if I give? Ask instead, what kind of person will I become if I don't? Give when it's convenient. Give when it's uncomfortable. Give when no one is watching. Because the hand that gives today will be the hand lifted tomorrow. If this story spoke to you, let it change how you see giving. Not as an obligation, but as a privilege. Not as a loss, but as a legacy. Remember this, blessed is the hand that giveth, for it will never lack what truly matters. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.